So today what we're trying to do is show ways in which yoga can relate back to everyday life and how it's not just this mystical, spiritual, kind of semi-religious thing that often it gets a bit of a bad rep towards. Now, one of the things I want to speak about today and kind of get Emma Kenny's opinion on, and to help us understand that a little bit better, is something that we talk about in yoga a lot, about clearing the mind and letting go of the past and letting go of fear. And straight away me saying that sounds very arty and, like I said, very spiritual, very mystical. But there is quite sound psychological and physiological benefits to that. And to help us explain that a little bit better, I thought I'd ask our expert, Emma Kenny, to go through it for you.
Well, you've said that really succinctly, because it's true. Very often people think that the term letting go is kind of a spiritual release. And actually it's entirely untrue. So when we talk about letting go in psychology, it's kind of about not allowing yourself to be held back by the past. Because one of the things that we work on in positive psychology is an understanding that all we have is the present, and what we are experiencing within the moment is really what fulfills us, and essentially we can control to make us feel happier in our everyday lives. So when we talk about letting go of the past, very often clients struggle because we're taught very early on that we are all of our experiences and we somehow have to hold them tight towards us to know who we are, and that's not true. Actually, very often the experiences that we have are things that other people have given us. They're experiences and we've undergone. They could be abusive situations, difficult relationships. They could be poor relationships with parents, for example. That's a big one. But when we get to a point where we realize that we don't have to hold them, they don't have the power over us anymore, and when we let them go, actually we still maintain every aspect of who we are. We just lose the negative parts. Letting go is about saying goodbye to the things that hurt us. They're about accepting that they may have had their worth in the moment and that we may have learnt from them, but they're no longer required to help us in our lives right now. So letting go is all about positive psychology as much as it is about, for example, yoga.
Yeah. Which, so straight away there, you can see how, again, yoga practice ties into something that we can use practically in everyday life. And again, like Emma said, you know, it's about not holding on to things, that are bringing us down. And what we're not expecting in your yoga class when you turn up to lie down, sit there, take a few breaths, and suddenly you've let go of every fear, everything that's bad's happened to you in your past. And that's it. You bounce up and all of a sudden, like you say, you're reborn into this amazing creature who can just live in the moment. We're not expecting that. But that's the great thing about yoga. Yoga's that daily practice. That thing. Yeah, exactly that. It's about just making those small steps, that letting go. And if you're practicing that every day, that's going to have that direct benefit straight back on your life as well.
And I think one of the things that you said that was really important, and something that I try to get across every single day to no matter who I meet, is the sense of understanding that fear is so restrictive.
Yeah.
And if yoga can start helping you to kind of breathe out and exercise out and connect with people who are on that same journey, that sense of fear, then the only thing that will happen is a better life. Because the thing about fear is it stops us progressing, it stops us taking risks. Risks actually make us feel happier. Realizing that we can try something, it go wrong and we'll be okay, we can just try it again, makes us confident. Confidence makes us happier, we feel happier, we've got better self-esteem, we feel like we can achieve anything. And if that can begin with one yoga session, then what are you waiting for?